Most worshipful, right worshipful brothers, family, friends, and guests, I thank you for giving your time today and attending this special occasion. I know that we are all honored by your presence here today, and just for this brief moment, spend some time celebrating this great fraternity of ours. There are many people here today who are not Masons, but family members, close friends, and folks from Grant County and across the state, even Missouri, who came to see this installation take place. I cannot express how honored I am that you're here to support me and my family, as well as the rest of these officers. When you consider that this year marks 300 years of organized speculative Freemasonry, it should cause every Master Mason to pause just briefly and marvel at the many different obstacles we have encountered in that time. While we know that 300 years is a mark for the United Grand Lodge of England and not necessarily our history, it should still cause every Kansas Mason to pause and consider what Kansas Masonry has survived. The Civil War, the Great Western Expansion, World War I, the Great Depression, World War II, 4 major conflicts, and more social and technological changes than can be counted. So many fraternal organizations in that time have faded away to either irrelevancy or non-existence, and yet we still exist, and we still thrive. It is only possible because we have never departed from the basic principles we uphold within our landmarks in the heart of each and every Master Mason in Kansas. That is not to say that we have not and will not face challenges. Currently, we see a critical moment for our fraternity. 17,000 members and fallen. A fiscal structure that is weak and unsustainable, combined with the outside competing interests, have created an environment that might cause some to become frustrated or to panic. My brothers, within the heart of your Grand Lodge officers, there is no panic and there is no frustration. Instead, there exists a passion for our fraternity and motivation for success. Each of the almost 100 leaders, officers, and committeemen assigned, appointed, or elected have not only proven themselves worthy leaders, but have been trained and prepared to help our lodges find success. After all, our mission, given to us by you, is to encourage and support Freemasonry by assisting its constituent lodges to achieve success and prosperity as assets to their membership and to their communities. While much in terms of success might rest with the Grand Lodge and even the Grand Master, the bulk or greatest share of success must be realized by our lodges across the state. Our governing system was wisely built on the principles that it is the lodges and their officers who hold the key to success, and not the Grand Master and his officers. In that same point of view, it must be realized that no Grand Master can create an environment that in every community across the state, Masonry is the premier fraternal organization that is sought after by men of like character or recognized by the public as serving our communities in a manner that lives up to our principles. That burden rests with each and every lodge individually across the state. It is up to all of us collectively as Kansas Masons to reverse the current trend by positively affecting our own communities. Please do not believe that I or the other officers are simply pushing the problem down the road or desire to shrink from assuming our obligations as Grand Lodge officers. We stand ready to assist our lodges and each of you in your local endeavor. In fact, when you combine the many programs of the Grand Lodge and of the Kansas Masonic Foundation, we see a toolbox that contains everything we need as Kansas Masons. Every Grand Lodge line officer this next year has been charged with taking a leading role in one of these programs. They have spent time since February getting educated on their assigned programs and developing communication and coordination tools to assist you in your endeavors. So how full is that toolbox? We have a Grand Lodge officer assigned to be the hub manager or subject matter expert for the Kansas Masonic Scholarship Program, the Discovering Freemasonry Awareness Program, cancer screenings, the Kansas Lodge of Research, the Kansas Masonic Entrepreneurship Challenge, the Master's Achievement Award, Ritualist Certification, Masonic Education, K-State Pride Communities, the Essay Contest, Fulfilling Our Obligation, Exemplary Teachers and Students Awards, Kansas Masonic Military Affairs, the Trice Robeson Award, and even KMF Band Camp. Each and every one of these programs is designed to bring leadership development, fiscal assistance, and public recognition to every single lodge in our state. Sadly, we see that very few lodges actually take part in any of these programs, and yet at the same time, still look to the Grand East for that magical answer when all that they needed to do was open their mail or share the mail with another member of their lodge. The recent survey that was distributed has shown us that there exists a definite communications gap between the Grand Lodge and Kansas Masons. To counter this problem, we are taking the message directly to every Kansas Mason through direct email campaigns. These emails, at no cost, I might add, will be sent out in phases to every Kansas Mason for whom we have an email address for. The first of these is scheduled to be delivered this afternoon. Each message will carry specific information about each of the previously mentioned programs, along with the tips on how best they can be implemented or put to use for the benefit of your lodge and your community. Our goal is to see the participation rate in every one of these programs increase dramatically across the state. While these programs can help viable lodges remain strong, they are designed specifically to rebuild our lodges that are struggling. Our more specific goal is to see lodges that have never previously participated in any of the programs before begin to become that vibrant, fraternal body their communities used to know. At the same time that these programs are being presented and relaunched statewide, your Council of Administration will continue our hard work on executing the strategic plan. This plan, again, given to us by Kansas Masons and not Grand Lodge officers, is focused on addressing those hard-to-answer, long-term questions that, if successful, will see the Grand Lodge possess the ability to remain focused on our mission. I ask for your continued support as we push forward on all of these great tasks at hand. My brothers, I do not think that there is one of us who does not wholeheartedly believe that ours is a fraternity built on some of the most outstanding principles and landmarks the world has ever known. I also believe that with proper direction, motivation, and leadership, each and every one of our lodges here in Kansas can once again be known as the premier fraternal order in every town in this state. Over the next several weeks, please take just a few minutes and read these emails related to our ever-growing toolbox and see if just one of these programs, just one, might not fit or work well with your lodge and community. From a personal perspective, the idea of becoming Grand Master of Kansas is not one that ever entered my mind until 5 years ago when I was first asked to serve, and I am humbled beyond description at the opportunity that you have given me. Please know that my hope and my drive for success does not begin and end with the thought about a single year or on my personal legacy as Grand Master. Rather, I feel more emboldened about being a part of an outstanding team of leaders who are driven by the same desire for prosperity as I am. To those who have gone before me, I am most grateful for your endeavors to lead our craft, and I hope that you are still willing to stand with us as we push forward, because we need everyone to pitch in. To every Kansas Mason, my hope is that you reignite and rediscover that passion that led you to knock on the door in the first place, and share that passion with someone else. Finally, to my wonderful wife and children, this is not an endeavor that you signed up for, but your steadfast support has meant the world to me. More importantly, you have kept me focused and grounded on what really matters when times get tough or busy, and I pray that never stops. I love each and every one of you more than you know. My brothers, we have some hard work to do, but I have no doubt that we can be successful in all of our endeavors. Success will come as long as we remain always on the level. Thank you.